Vantrue Nexus 2X or an N2X. Let's have a quick look at this. Righto, so Vantrue Nexus 2X, the various sides. Different apps you can download. When you look at this side, what have we got here? For starters, we've got this instruction. Pretty straightforward, can't beat that. Cigarette lighter plugged into the bracket that connects to the windscreen. Scan the QR code to register your product and activate 18-month extended warranty. That's pretty good. And there's the QR codes. Righto, we have the manual. Looks like we have a trim tool. Gee, they're getting different. It's quite a firm tool. I'm not sure what you'd use that for. It's for trimming, for the trim, I suppose. Looks like you get a spare. Wow. You could use this on 2 cars. This attaches to the windscreen and the dash cam mount connects into this. And there's 2 of them, so I can only assume you could use it on 2 cars. I'm just flicking stuff everywhere. I might just tip everything out, eh? There we go. Empty box, put that aside. So here we have the camera mount. Look at all the pins on that. And this is going to go onto this. So that will slide on there like that. That is a great idea. And it does lock. You heard the click. That's great. There's the USB-C, USB-A, USB-C. That'd be to connect to your computer. So, what we got here is the Vantrue cigarette lighter power supply. They've even put a protective cover over the USB-C connector. How's that for just taking it up a notch? Nice. And typical Vantrue, they make sure that you have power to the dash cam. Not through the USB-A port, but actually dedicated power line. It's using the extended length connectors that go into the cigarette socket, so there's less chance of this rocking around, or it will still rock, but it won't work its way out of the cigarette lighter as easy as the ones that only have a dot there. So you can screw this off. Let's see what's in here. I expect the fuse. Yes. The fuse is a 3.15 fuse. 3.15 amp fuse. That's very specific, isn't it? 3.15 amps. It plugs straight into the socket down there. Spring loaded in the other end. I guess I haven't mentioned it yet, but the unit, this has just got quality. Just has a quality feel. There's no doubt about that. This thing's made to last a long time. I'll just check the voltages. Okay, the wire output is rated at 2.4 amps, and so is the USB port. It's also 2.4 amp. So this thing can push out 4.8 amps. What is it? Nice touch. I added a cable management, so if this is so the power cable can actually be clipped to the windscreen through the double-sided tape, and their little interlock there, when it's pushed down, locks the cable in place, prevent it from moving. So there's 3 of those. Excellent. Alright, let's bring the box back in. Now we've got, can only be described as a significant manual. Vantrue, Facebook, Instagram, and Line. I'm not sure what Line is. It says at least 4 languages. 4 languages there. It has some warm tips. I think that should be worn or notice. It doesn't matter what it says. The product's still quite good. So we should find some electrostatic stickers, USB-C data cable, the Vantrue camera, adhesive mount, GPS adhesive mount, car charger with built-in Type-C cable. That was for the computer here. Type-C data cable, 3.3 feet for transferring files only. The base for adhesive mount, electrostatic stickers by 2, the user manual, and then some other optional accessories, CPL filter, a wireless remote control, which I haven't been supplied that, and a Vantrue Hardwire Kit cable, which I have been supplied. So I've got the CPL to look at, don't have the wireless remote, which I would have liked, and the Vantrue Hardwire Kit. I really think the wireless remote's very handy. Of course you can talk to this camera, so I guess it's not as imperative as some other brands. And it just goes through how to mount the camera. Very similar to the Nexus N5 as far as mounting goes. You have infrared lights that point into the cabin, a 2-inch IPS screen, a Type-C port for transferring data. So it has a Type-C that's in the camera where you could transfer files, and then on the base you also got the charging port, serial number and memory card slot, which is also in the circle there. Righto, let's bring this back in. Here's the camera. This is a slight alteration to the N5. There was a button at the end that actually covered these ports. That's gone on this particular unit, and the button was to set the emergency on off and to power the dash cam on and off. And this one now looks like it's here. Actually says it. Emergency lock and snapshot, also power on and off. Record on and off screen, on off. So there are buttons at the bottom, and there's pictures to help. Now let's have a look with this off. Ooh, it's well stuck. Jesus, it's really well stuck. That's really well stuck. Okay. So we've got Vantrue Nexus 2X, the interior camera, and then we've got here the Vantrue logo and the front camera and the mounting point. Have a look at this. When I put this on here, I don't have to put any effort into it. Based on the N5, this should be the same. Just make sure you seat it, but that's it. And then when you want to fit it to the windscreen, that's already stuck to the windscreen, and you just slide this in, and there you have it. It won't come out because it's trying to slide down. It can't slide down because it's got a lock on it. That's great. That's a great improvement. Really like that. Ventilation ports. Here we have micro SD card port, and this USB-C port is for the computer cable to be connected. So you can talk to the computer. There we go. You can plug straight into the computer and talk to this dash cam. And the micro SD. Now, with the micro SD, Vantrue was kind enough to send me memory, which is pretty important because testing these without their supplied memory can introduce problems. It has perforations, but do you think I can crack those? Nah. Oh yeah, there we go. You just buckle it a bit and well, sort of worked. A bit of a theme going on with the way these are packaged. Different dash cam manufacturers, but they seem to have a very similar packaging system, which is fine. Just pointing it out. Oh, here we go. That would go in here. Which way does this present? Do we go in this way? No. So, when you're putting in the memory, make sure you've got it the correct way around, which in this case happens to be, I guess if you're looking at the camera. So it presents on the same side as the screen. Push this in. Using the cigarette lighter and the USB-C, you would plug this into here, I think that way, and that'll be your cameras attached to the windscreen. Power running off across the roof lining, tucked into the roof lining. So there we have that plugged in. And to complement this, if you really want, you could get yourself this, which is the Vantrue Hardwire Kit. And I'll just put this camera here. Vantrue are very good with their hardwire kits. They supply you with the fuse adapters. Different cars, different fuse sizes, different types of fuses. Like my car has this type of fuse, which is, I don't know, miniature or something, called miniature or something. And then this fuse, which I thought was going to be the same, is another kind of miniature. Now, I may be getting the terms wrong, but you can see they're definitely different. And then, of course, we move on to another fuse. It looks the same, but fuse holder, it's not the same. 5 amps, all 5 amp. And again, what I consider the proper or normal fuse, which my old car has. So that's great having that, and they've supplied 2 packs. Let me get into there. We'll have a look at the manual first. So it's a Vantrue Dashcam Hardwire Kit User Guide VP05. And we have the Vantrue QR code for Vantrue and Facebook. So it's facebook.com/vantrue.live. I'm not a Facebook member, so I'll never be able to go there. And the vantrue.net/contact. So that must be support. Okay, and it has English, German, apologies if they're wrong, but French, Japanese, there we go, you've got Japanese for this thing, and Chinese. Looks like the Polish miss out on this one. Go figure. And they probably know how to do it anyway. So just showing you how to connect it and do all the things you've got to do. I won't go into that. And then the actual unit itself. This is one sweet looking piece of gear. It looks like there might be a meter in there. And here we have, can you see that? Here we have 12.4 volts, 12 volts and 11.6 volts. It's set at 12.4. I don't know what it is about Vantrue, but they love to have light gauge wire. I guess it can carry 3 amps. It shouldn't be a problem. That's what its goal is, to just run the camera. And the other end is the USB-C. Of course, that's going to plug into the dash cam like that. So instead of using the cigarette lighter, you'd use the Hardwire Kit. I'll fire that up and we'll get to see what goes on that display in a minute. Some other niceties that Vantrue supply. Well, for starters, they're congratulating me on purchasing this camera. Disclaimer, I haven't purchased it. It's been sent for me to, and been asked for me to do a review on it. And that's all. I don't say I've got to do it this way, that way, or any other way. They just want me to put my opinion on it. So there you are. And there's an easy peel off sticker. So you can stick this on your car and tell everybody you've got a dash cam installed, I suppose. And you get 2 of those. Oh, one's in German. I think that's German. Sorry if it's not. Oh, the static stickers. You can apply this to the windscreen and then you can stick the mount onto that. And that makes it easy for you to get on and off the windscreen. But being supplied 2 of these adapters for the windscreen may not be required anymore for some drivers. If they want to swap the camera from one vehicle to another, I just love that idea. Okay, share your best video and get a chance to win. So there's a little bonus, and they also supply, which I love, is this soft cloth. So you can wipe down the screens, wipe down the lenses. They even have it embossed. Nice touch, eh? The little things. So you could do this, take this off here. I don't have fingernails, so everything's difficult. There we go, that's off. With the cloth, you can give the lens a clean before you start. I think that made it a bit cleaner. And here, where I put my mitts all over it. That looks great now. And the front camera. And just clean that down, give that a bit of a polish there. Beautiful. And there's one other item that was sent to me. Summer has arrived in Melbourne, and you really need a filter over your dash cam, otherwise you're going to just see you're just going to see reflections off your windscreen. So so it looks like the CPL filter is rotated on. So this is a Vantrue 40mm ultra slim selection enhance contrast new. Okay. Circular polarizer 40mm for Vantrue dash cams. So get that out. Oh gee. A little bit of another cloth. Look at that. That is fantastic. Just the subtle things, the little things. Righto. What an interesting lens. Quite thin. It actually is threaded. Damn. It's got protective coating in the, or protective plastic on the inside. And the outside as well. Everything gets stuck to me, static. And the outside as well. That, look how perfect that is. So the Vantrue circular polarizer, 40mm. We'll put this on now. It actually has, it's actually a threaded filter. This is a metal filter too. Damn. So here we go. This is how it goes on. And there we have it. One polarized filter. The other thing to, oops, what's happened to the camera? The other thing to note is the infrared camera how much can move from there to there, from there, maybe 90 degrees, maybe a touch over 90. The other thing is, how much can this rotate? So at its maximum there. And it's trying to come out of its socket, so you can go from there to there. The other thing is the rotating ability. I'll just put it back here for a minute. Now, rotation. It's quite significant, really. The other way. So it's also about 90 degrees. That's where it's normally seated, but you could get it to rotate if it was sitting on the windscreen to look out to either side by about 45 degrees. And it also comes with another cloth to help clean the lens if you put your greasy mitts over it like I do. I haven't this time. There we go. Next we'll do is we'll power up this unit. Oh, I've got my greasy mitts on it already. Damn. That's pretty close. 13.6. So we'll start the dash cam up using the cigarette lighter. I'll just get some power into that. So we get this unit and plug it in here. Indicator that there is power. We're at 13.6 volts. Let's start this up, put some power into it. Let me just rotate that. Just switch off the lights for a second. So we'll select English and we'll jump down to 11 because 10 is Sydney, but not during daylight savings. Today is the 19th of the 12th, and it could be 2:58. It's exactly 2:58. You already knew that. That's pretty clever. Put on 50 hertz, kilometers an hour, 5 gig. No format reminder. All data will be deleted. Okay. Okay, she's up and running. Wi-Fi is off. And if we press buttons, and we've got it flashing here. Don't know why. Oh, just to show it's recording, I'd say. Switching cameras around. Microphone on and off. Menu settings cannot be performed during video recording. Please stop the recording. To stop the recording, you need to press resolution, front camera. 1944p plus 1080p at 30 frames. There's only 3 settings. I'll take that one. And if it was on the front, just using one camera. 2592 times 1944p. Nothing higher than 30 frames. So front and internal camera. That's a little confusing. Get out of that. Loop recording. 1 minute, 3 minute. Has up to 5 minutes. We go to 1 minute. Infrared LEDs. Should be an auto. Yep, there's the auto up the top. G sensor. Front and rear. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5. It was on 3. Left and right, 3. Up and down, 3. We'll leave it on those because we don't know what the camera's going to do. Audio recording, yes. Audio noise reduction, that sounds like a nice feature. And it's on, okay. Exposure, front, it goes up to, looks like it goes up to 2. Yep. The cabin, same. Goes up to -2. Oops, I might have set it at -2. Data slide recording is on. HDR front. Oh, okay. You can only have it on. And on. That's a shame. Oh, HDR timer. Okay, now you're talking. HDR timer is only valid when HDR is turned on. HDR auto hours, so no, go the other way. So we say 6 AM. Oh, hang on, that was to turn it. Oops. To turn it on, we want it to turn on at about 8 o'clock. To turn off at about 6. Okay, lovely. We go down, rotate the display, we don't need to. Oops, rotate the display. Rotate the display. Nice feature. Don't know why I'd need it, but you can mirror, you can put the number plate in there, stamp in there, time lapse, parking mode, parking monitor settings, LTE settings. Okay, what's that about? So it's LTE aware. That's nice. Mileage statistics. It's a nice feature. It's on. So don't know why there's times. GPS settings. GPS information. Gee, it's pulled in a few satellites. Speed is already set at kilometers, so that's fine. That's all that. Get out of there. And back to resolution. We go out of there, and we can go to settings. The language we know, the Wi-Fi we know, the voice control is got off, low sensitivity, standard sensitivity, and high sensitivity. It's on standard. Voice content. Take photo, video start, turn on audio, turn off audio. Turn on screen, turn off screen, turn on Wi-Fi, turn off Wi-Fi. Lock the video, show front camera, inside vision 9, show both cameras. Device sounds, actually they're not irritating at all. It's good. Right volume. Warning tones, power sound, key sound, file lock sound, format reminder sound, abnormal stop recording. That's good. Okay. Oops, switch that off. Frequency, we've already done. System info. So the firmware version on this is, it's model N2X. Software front is VTEDI221. And software cabin is VTECD201. And the website is Vantrue.net. Certification information. Been certified by everybody. Default settings. We're not doing that. Language, Wi-Fi, voice control, yada yada yada. There we are. That's a quick rundown of the camera. We'll hit the power button, just see what happens there. we just locked a picture or video, and to do it again, I just switched off Wi-Fi and shut down the camera. That was a long press. Short press. Nothing. Short press. Okay. There we have it. That's running through the cigarette lighter. I'll unplug that. Unplug this. Let's run it through the hardware kit. I'll connect both accessories and battery to the power, and the ground, I'll connect the ground. See the ground there? Yep. The ground to ground. Negative. Give me a voltage. 13.5. That's pretty close to what I've got. 13.6. There she goes. You just run it to 13.6. Alright. It's not connected to the dash cam yet. It's pretty good. It's on 12.4 volts. Let's plug her in. The voltage is dropping. If this comes off, yeah, it does. Okay, so we have the dash cam up and running. 13.2 volts. My meter reports 13.6 still. Oops, what's happened? Where did it go off? What's going on there? My meter's still recording 13.6, and unfortunately for some reason this has dropped down to 13.1. I don't know why that's happened. Oh, it is running the dash cam, I suppose. It's drawing some power. Okay, next thing is how much power is everything drawing. It's gone back to 13.6 with the dash cam off. My meter's saying it's drawing 12.4. We're pulling 192 now. Can't see that, can you? 200 milliamps. 300 milliamps, 400, 500, 460 milliamps. It's booted. Pulling 500 milliamps. It's showing 13.2 voltage. My other meter is showing 13.6 still. 440 milliamps. And it's in record mode. Here's the light detector. Don't see it. The other thing I wanted to do is compare this against the N5. I'd say they're almost the same size case. The mounting bracket's different. So that's an N5. The NX2, the N5. Considerable difference. An improved design, no doubt, and it looks quite good. Much bigger foot. You don't have that option to remove the base. Like that. There is no base option for the N5, but very similar design, just more robust. bigger, chunkier. If you look at the cameras themselves, if I take the CPL filter off for a moment, let's see, they look very similar, let's say identical. The mounting system is larger. N2X is a little shorter than the N5. Very similar infrared cameras, possibly the same, I'll have to check that. The screen, the N5 much larger screen than the N2X, but the N2X has got a more of a square. The other thing is at the back, there's your power button there on the N5, there it is there, and with the memory it's hidden underneath this flap on the N5. There it is there, whereas it's here, and it also has a USB-C port there, where this doesn't have that. So some things have been changed. It's the rear port for the camera, and of course the USB-C power adapter, very similar to what's done with the N2X. That's lots of fun. Put that back on now. So that's it, I think I've covered everything. Good. Oh, I haven't covered using the app. Don't need to do that yet, though, do I? No. Alright, that's it. Thanks, bye.